vodka and their drinks are cold. It's time for your Thursday kickback about all things rap. No feature and pass with your host,
Troydashow
and Lucid the Dreamwaker. And this is the Rap Yard Podcast.
Hello.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of the Rap Yard.
Ooh.
And we have a dope guest with us tonight.
Hell yeah. We're so professional. All right. I'm so geeked out. Like, I told you, like, when I got the text message and stuff, I was like squealing like a little girl, like a little girl pig.
Yeah.
And I'm still super excited, but I've had time to like temper it down a bit, so it worked out perfectly.
That's awesome.
I'm still on my fangirl, but I'm like keeping it low key. You know what I mean?
I'm geeking too. I'm geeking too.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
All right,
Yeah.
youngster.
Yeah, you put me on, but I'm on. Game's on.
Nice. That's my goal. All right. Without further ado, we got, ladies and gentlemen, Rusty JUXX and 9.
Yo.
Yeah, for some
Hey.
things.
Thank
What's
you so
good?
much for coming on. Let me put my
No
headphones
doubt.
on. So, y'all been working together, collabing, right? For a while, huh?
Well, not really. Like, the crazy thing about it is we both was ending up on the same people's records. Like, I did an album with the Snow Goons in
Yeah.
2018, and there was a song called Jump 'Em, and Rusty got on that record before I even met him and
Wow.
killed it. So then we shot the video, and next thing you know, people, you know how these guys, especially overseas, they solicit verses. They hire you for verses.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that, but yeah.
Well, like they'll pay you for a verse and they'll put it on the song. And me and
Yeah.
JUXX was ending up on like 4 records together. We didn't even know. Like, we would pay him, pay me, and put us on records. Then they say, "Hey, shoot a video." Then we did it. So we developed a relationship and said, "Yo, they hear something we don't hear, maybe. So let's start collabing." But
Yeah.
what we did, we sound like a fucking rap group on this.
Right. I definitely love the combo. Like your voices together just mesh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the energy crazy, and Rusty's a monster. So
Y'all both. And as you
Alright.
know from communicating with me, like I'm a huge fan of yours, right? 9. So like I've
Appreciate
been, yeah, like since I was like 15, and I'm not saying that to like, make anybody feel old because I'm
Nah, I
old.
love it. I want to
You
feel
do?
old.
Okay, good. Right?
I'm proud of that shit. This is
It's a blessing, right?
this is like me being Eminem, the white guy who could do it, or being 300, 400 pounds like Pun, and he can still do it. I'm that old nigga that can still do it, so
The
I'm with
anomaly,
it.
right?
No,
I feel you, but you've been doing it for since
All my life.
forever, yeah. And I'm not going to ask you the typical questions because I've seen enough interviews. Like I'm like, oh, when did you get started? How did you get your start? And like all that because you've answered that many times over. But
Yeah.
we can ask Rusty that. Hey, Rusty, where'd you get your start? Like when did you start?
Over too.
Say what?
I said I've answered that many times over
Have
too.
you? Well, then don't even worry about it. Don't
Yeah,
even worry
but it ain't nothing. But I started rhyming at 12 years old, and
Isn't
I
that
started
how
putting.
old you were? 9. Also, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
When I started rhyming,
Yeah, about the
like
same age.
11, but I'm from like when they was in the park. Like I saw them out my window. Like
right.
I was alive before hip hop started. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember a time when there was no hip hop. Then I was 11 years old. All of a sudden, there was hip hop. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And where are you? Are you from the Bronx?
I'm from the South Bronx, Webster Projects, Claremont Village. What up?
And Rusty, where are you from?
Crown Heights.
Okay,
Crown
okay.
Heights King.
Yeah, I almost put the Bronx for both of you on there in my little overlay here, but I didn't. I just put New York City, so that'll work, right? There we
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
My grandpa, as we talked about last podcast with Thought Squad. If you haven't heard her, definitely check her out. I recommend it. But my grandpa's from the Bronx, so I've never been
Alright.
there. I've never been in New York. I've always wanted to go.
Gotta come see where it all started from.
Right,
Right.
exactly. But anyway, Rusty, you're saying like where you got your start?
I mean, well, we can move on to the next one now. We good.
All right, all right, all right. All right, so the Snow Goons, right? So I didn't know. Speaking of like New York and stuff, I figured there was some guys from New York, but I looked them up the other day, and they're from Germany. Like, what is it? Like four now, maybe like seven, eight guys from Germany.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how many members they have. I know two for a fact, and that's DJ Illegal and Deck Keller.
Yeah.
Well, they got Sick Nature and there's the DJ Illegal. So there's a few guys out there, but they real true hip hop, like
Oh, they're
real hip hop guys. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. You could tell by their beats because I was telling Lucid earlier. I haven't heard a Snow Goon song I didn't like, which is, you know.
Yeah, they really love the culture. You know.
So y'all
They,
have both been overseas and stuff. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, we both. Sure.
So what's it like when you go to like, and this is coming just from me personally. Like if you go to a culture that's like predominantly white, like Germany or like Stockholm or, Amsterdam, whatever, that you have so many hip hop fans that are like, wearing the b-boy clothes and like, doing all the b-boy stuff. Like, does that like, you know, I don't know, does that like irk you in a way, or like is it like okay, or what do you think about that?
Well, I'm gonna let JUXX take this. He's been over there a lot more than me recently.
Well, I love it because it's showing me that my fans is there. I mean, everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Germany, to Poland, to Switzerland, and
Wow.
when they show up with the boot camp gear or Rusty JUXX shirt or my albums, and what I mean, I appreciate all of that, man. That just it's showing me that my reach is longer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, and as far as like them doing the b-boy thing and stuff, this is what we wanted. We share our culture. This is a culture.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
hip hop's a culture. We're sharing our culture. To me, it's no different than, if you saw a black person at the St. Patrick's Day parade celebrating, because
Yeah.
you're sharing the culture with them. So to me, I don't take no offense to anybody. They might be saying acting black, but hip hop is bigger than that. You know.
Right.
Right. Right. So y'all's joint album coming out in August.
Yes,
It's called Duo. Is that right?
duos. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So what was like? Is there like a theme behind it, or
Yes.
okay?
definitely. Mhm.
Definitely, it's a
But not
concept album.
run with that. He came up with the whole thing. So
Yeah, so
Uh-oh.
the first song that's out now on all streaming platforms is called Double Trouble. And for a
Mhm.
lot of people who don't know, the first rap duo ever was called Double Trouble. That was Lil Rodney C and KK Rockwell, who
Wow.
became members of the field of the Funky Four with Breakout when I was a kid. So I felt that would be the first one. But the song titles go like this: Meth and Red is the first record. The second record is called Kid and Play. The
Okay.
third record is called
Oh.
EPMD. The fourth record is called Run DMC. The fifth
Oh.
Nice.
record is called Double Trouble. The sixth record is called Black Star. And the seventh record is called Mob Deep. And
I
there's a
mean,
reason for why each one of those songs are called that. And when you hear it, we're going to take you into that realm. When me and JUXX got together, we said, yo, we're not just going to do, a lot of dudes, they do albums together or EPs together. And it just be you do a verse, I do a verse. Like
Right.
I said, we sound like a group. We put in some work. We started in January, actually,
Okay.
just to get this concept and this energy. And I can't wait for people to hear this. Like it,
I can't wait to hear it. That sounds so
this is
cool.
some
Like you're.
timeless classic music, man. Like seriously,
right?
and
Yeah.
like
Like I said, we sound like a group.
the
People gonna
fans,
feel like
the
we
fans
grew up
don't even know they need this album right here, man.
word.
For sure. For sure.
And we did it like a group. When they hear us, they're gonna be like, "Yo, that's a duo."
Yeah, we
Like
back to back. We, you know what I mean, verse for
we
verse.
go. It ain't what you think. It's like we put in work. It's gonna
oh,
sound like, yo,
Yeah,
these
snap.
we always
brothers.
stick to the concept. Man.
Yeah. We stuck to the concept, and JUXX is a pleasure to work with. A lot of people say that it's hard to work with certain people. Certain people.
Mm.
JUXX is just a monster. You tell him what it is, he goes in the booth, and
Yeah, yeah.
he get magic. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah.
was definitely a pleasure working with him, and we're probably gonna extend this
Team
to a
player.
full album.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
because they gonna want that after they hear this.
After you hear this, you're gonna want the rest. You're gonna be like, who else
This
y'all could
this,
do? What else?
this
What
going
else could you come
this
up?
gonna take the earth, you know what I mean, and plant and put the foundation, and then we're gonna come with the real one.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
So have y'all had? Do y'all have any features on there? Like
No,
besides y'all? No, just y'all too.
I
Nope.
just I didn't even tell
Sir.
JUXX this. Yo, we added a gospel singer
Oh,
to the
Oh yeah, so that's
Black
the only
Star
feature.
record. Just a dude at the end way, because when you hear the song, you'll understand why. But we
okay.
felt like if we're gonna be a duo, the way duos used to do it, you didn't hear
Yeah,
features
yeah.
on that. You know,
They ain't
Right, right, exactly.
that's
That's
why
so
we
cool.
kept it as an EP. We made sure every record is a monster. There's no one's better than the other. Like every record stands on its own. So we do an EP first, and then we're gonna take it to the next level if we get the energy back.
All right, all right. Are y'all gonna tour with this?
Oh man, we gonna go wherever they go.
I mean, is there plans for that? Like set in
Oh
stone?
yeah, yeah. But see, this is happening out of nowhere. Like this is our first really interview together. Y'all got the first exclusive.
Nice.
Wow, this is
Hell yeah.
This is an exclusive. You know what I mean?
history
So
in the making.
yeah, this is
I love
exclusive.
that.
But we gonna travel. Just stay working. He's the hardest working rapper I've ever seen, man. And I could be the I'm the
look.
opposite of him. I don't put out, but like I'm outside now. I'm gonna stay outside now. I got a lot of projects. Just stay outside.
Right, right. Through the
You
whole
know.
thing,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm really proud of this album, man. I can't wait. I can't wait till everybody, get that shit in their system.
Get to hear that shit, yo. Oh my god, man. I smile because we had fun while we recorded it. It wasn't
Yeah.
That's
no pressure. We not
wow.
chasing nothing. We did
Hmm.
something and it just came out way better than we thought it, expected. So the expectations was
Really.
high. We eclipsed the expectations like a
Wow.
mug.
You're gonna be like so like amped up. So are y'all involved with like the mix down of everything and like just the engineering part of it?
Oh yeah, well, I definitely I'm into all of the post production. This EP was half produced by the Snow Goals and half produced by my producer Nick Price,
Hmm.
and he is a monster.
You've been working with him for a minute, right?
Well,
Like,
we like over a year now. We've been
okay,
loading up records and stuff, and so it just landed in our laps. And I'm really into post production now. I understand the separation between the generations and
hmm,
why these young kids their music sounds better.
hmm,
It might not be a better beat, but when you hear the production and the
Yeah, it's always
understanding
down.
of music, right?
right.
Right, Jux? Like they music be it has all these elements and feeling like you have to I've done a lot of
It's
beating.
overcomplicated a lot of times.
But
I don't want to say all the
even when
time.
it's simple, it's a different level of production. That comes with
Yeah,
technology and that comes with
Yeah.
time. I remember
Yeah.
definitely.
growing up listening to the Temptations, and then the first time I heard Earth, Wind, and Fire, it was over.
Right, right.
I remember loving EPMD and KRS, which I always loved, but then I heard PE and the production was
Yeah,
just, it's all
Next
about
level.
leaps of
Elevate.
production. Dr. Dre made
it's
a
like a
leap
different
in,
sound. Yeah, yeah.
they make a leap in production and levels. Like we've become artists now. It's not like, give me a beat, I'm gonna rap on it. Like
Right,
we're actual artists, especially me and
Right.
JUXX. We've been in this so long, we know what we want to hear and what we want to put out, but we also know that we have to compete.
right,
Right.
right. It's very competitive. There's so
So
many people doing it now.
this ain't your underground album you think. This the
Right.
production level and what we went in and did and the post production is really gonna we're gonna revisit this. We're gonna hit y'all gonna hit us up
Yeah.
again in like
I'm getting
6 months.
I'm getting
Definitely,
so
definitely.
excited about
Motherfucking masterpiece.
this.
I
What?
got to shout out DJ D Bias MTL. He said 9 M in the We don't get a lot of comments, so I got to shout him out. But
Okay, what up, homie?
yeah. So Rusty, you worked a lot with Sean Price, right?
Yep.
That's one of my favorites of all time. And do you get a lot of like recognition for like your features on stuff, or like do people try to like talk to you about working with like with that group of people, like what is it, Duck Down and all that.
Well,
Are you?
just tell them they got the new joint out right now. It's called What You Call Strength, 30th anniversary. Tell them, man,
I
Buck.
heard that. Yeah.
The new single is called "What You Call Strength." You know what I'm saying? They played it. They playing it all over the radio stations from Shade 45, Rock the Bells, Hot
Perfect
97.
timing.
You know what I
Perfect
mean?
timing.
Boot camp is back. We didn't do a joint together all together in 16 years, so this is the new single. You know what I mean? Rock the Bells is endorsing the joint. The video is out. We I think we up to like almost 200,000 streams views.
Nice.
You know what I mean? We performing at the Rock the Bells Festival August 5th at Forest Hill
Okay.
Stadium in Queens.
Nice.
That's coming up soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you know what I mean, that's an all style legendary lineup, you know what I mean? So
Hell yeah. I
we
actually played that in my new music of the month mix last night. That's a dope song. If you're in Queens on August 5th, go see that for sure.
definitely and boot camp.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to roll. I'm trying to roll with you, just trying to.
So I gotta ask Nine, you were in
So,
Atlantic City like a couple weeks ago. Were you did you get the part, or what were you auditioning for?
No, it was the 50th MC mixtape live
Okay.
at Boardwalk Hall. It was 50 MCs, one after another, back to
Wow.
back. It was
Wow.
the most amazing thing I ever been a part of. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was
Wow.
crazy. Like they had an assembly line. We was all lined up and one after another. And they did this for 3 hours with no mistake. Shout out to Charlie Mack for putting that
yo,
together. DJ
Okay.
Jazzy Jeff, Dougie Fresh stayed up there all night and showed me why
Wow.
he is the greatest entertainer forever. He stood up there all
Mm,
night with every rapper that came out and he hyped up the crowd. He was just amazing. So it was a dope experience.
hell yeah.
Wow.
I've heard he's a great MC,
entertainer.
getting people hyped up. All right. Well, so you got the EP, excuse me, dropping in August, and you said there's maybe plans for an album after that, like an album. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. We gonna we throwing out the fish into the water and see what kind of shark bites.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what we do. But I got a project called the Red Tape, the mixtape coming out in the end of October, November, early November. I got season 1 and season 2 done, and JUXX could just tell you how much music he got coming out. But I'm definitely outside. You're gonna see me from
Yeah,
now
working
on.
hard. All right.
You
Yeah,
know,
tell us about that.
I mean,
The
it's
red tape.
actually the red tape. It's called the red tape because I know what I got to go through in order to get
Okay, I got you.
what I got. I got to go through the red tape. So
Mm,
this is what it is, and I'm trying to destroy ageism. I really worked hard to recreate myself and
good
rap the
luck,
way
man.
but it's about talking the way you're supposed to talk to me now. We've
Right.
Yeah.
already we lost. We're never gonna get that back. We got records like
Okay.
My Pussy Pink, My Doodle Hole Brown. I mean, we got records like that now, and that's not a part of what we wanted in hip hop. So I
Right.
don't
Right.
knock them or criticize anybody. Go do your thing. But what I'm saying is, we have to carve out a market for ourselves.
Right.
Right. I hear that, like, about there wasn't that back then, and exactly. But that's when, I think about people like my grandparents' age or whatever talking about, oh, we didn't act like that back in our day. But have you heard of, like, Lucille Bogan? Let me pull this up real quick. This is actually pretty hilarious. But, they have different, they were saying it a different way. You know what
Yeah,
I
we were
mean?
all immature. So immaturity
Right.
breeds this madness, and when you have social engineering behind it, we see how dangerous it really can be.
Right. Right.
Right. I mean, for one thing, people don't seem to have any respect for like where things came from. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't
But
want to sound like an old fart, but you know what I mean?
it's
They just
not. But
really don't.
I like to always stress to people that it's not nothing different. I remember when I went to a studio once and we was playing a James Brown record, and this kid walked in and said, "Yo, he stole Rakim's beat." And I looked at him
Right.
like he was out of his mind, but he didn't have no idea because he had no education.
Yeah.
He
A
heard
lot of
Rakim
people don't know.
first, and now he heard James Brown. And he think James Brown did the record after. Like he didn't know. So I think that's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Right. So here's this record I was talking about real quick.
Yeah, no, that's all good. You know what I mean? I'm not saying.
I know. I'm just saying that's like the Megan the Stallion from like 1930 or whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm saying that there just should be a balance, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
funny.
Right,
It's
right,
funny how they say, girls are running hip hop, and it's just an attack on, I believe, young black women. These artists, this ratchetness is
right.
outrageous. I never
Mhm.
saw anything like this. We're the most self-deprecating people on the face of the earth.
It's I can't speak on that obviously, but like
You, I don't blame them, man. I blame the parents, man. It's not even the kids, man. It's the parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they rapping what they know, just like everybody else that was doing that
But
rap.
actually, just on the real, they rapping what they hear. They hear her doing it. You
What I'm
remember we
saying
was
is,
coming up. I remember
it's
when I
it's
first
still
heard
the parents of them, like everybody my age and shit. All them, everybody that's, cause my son is 25, so you know what I mean. That whole
right,
generation, that's my kids right there.
right,
It's
right,
the
right,
parents'
right.
fault. If
yeah.
they, if he was
I'm
raised
talking about
different,
how
if
the
he was
industry
raised
is
with, or
molded it.
but everybody be alright. It's a lot of young artists out there that's dope too, man. And
That's
they and
true.
they, and they speaking positivity, and you know what I
They're
mean.
not
They
getting no
really
love. They're
catch
not
it.
getting no
Yeah,
Exactly.
shine.
The
they out
thing
there doing it though. They out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's another part is that the industry
It's
is
a lot.
promoting
It's a lot of dope young artists out there.
good stuff. You know.
Well, back when I first started, like being, like I started listening to hip hop like very young. Like we had like, did you all have Jukebox Network in New York back then? Like back in the '80s, y'all remember that?
I mean, we had everything.
It was like you
Everything.
call like a 900 number and you pick what song plays next, like MTV. But it
Oh
was
yeah, yeah. They had that.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So
But
I would watch that and it would play Two Live Crew over and over, and I'm like 5, so I'm like, oh my god, so like 5, 6 years old, and
right.
there's like booties shaking in hot tubs and everything. I'm like, what is this? And like your mama's on crack rock and stuff like that. So my eyes just get real big and I start like soaking this up. But like I kind of had to keep it a secret. You know what I
Right.
mean? My parents knew about it, but I didn't like tell everybody. Oh, I love rap music. You know.
Right, right.
And
Right.
when I started like telling people that, they're like looking at me crazy. Like I hate rap music. Like it sounds like this. Like name whatever popular artist is out. And I'm like, no, I listen to this. And they hear it and they're like, oh, that's actually good. And that's how it usually is. You know, the stuff that's popular. Some of it's popular for a reason, but a lot of it, Ice Spice, is like garbage because it's just shoved in your face all the time. You know, and
It's like
they're trying
junk
to sell
food
shit.
rap. It's like junk
In my
food rap.
opinion.
It's not exactly like soul food rap. I call it candy. It's like candy for your ears.
Thanks for coming to my TED
But
talk.
but but on the real tip, we're not supposed to like what kids like. Like we're grown men. We suppose that's why I
Right.
You're
said
cutting out.
we're about
Oh,
carving out our own lane and doing what we do, and
yeah.
and that's where it should be at right now. As far as the industry and the machine, we already know what the machine is. But for you to say like Two Live Crew is one of your first early experience, like that's just not hip hop. You
No,
know?
it's not. It's not. But it's also not like trying to think the '80s.
Like you got to tell me like at least Run DMC. Like you got to
Oh
start.
yeah. The very first album that I ever bought was Digital Underground Sex Packets. Okay,
Ooh,
and with my own money, and then Public Enemy. I think I got them both at the same time. Actually, It Takes a Nation of Millions.
right.
But I was soaking it up. I'm just saying, like that was the most like extreme version of what I was seeing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but like I said, anything that we do, once you remove censorship, which I think should be removed, so at the same time, we
Right.
caught up in a conundrum because you don't
Yeah.
want censorship, but some things are just detrimental to our people, and you get all caught up in that. And I get to the point where I just go, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna make
Yeah.
some
All right.
good shit,
Just make what you want to make. Worry about
and
the
we gotta get some paper.
Right.
right. Right.
Yeah, it's sad that it gets that way, but we can't all. I can't waste my energy on that. I gotta. Just a craft. Hip hop saved my life. You know.
Yeah, yeah, for
And
sure.
I will say that, like, even listening to you guys' music now, especially JUXX, even with the records he be coming out with, you guys' styles, you guys have remained constant in like your styles, your auras, your personas. Do you guys not feel any push and pull with like trying to, you know, do what the kids are doing now, or use this like
I
styles
don't
in
Yeah,
know how
your
to do
pocket?
that, so I don't
Yeah,
even.
you said yeah.
Like JUXX says on one of the songs we got, he goes, "Look me up in the MC. I'm the true definition in the glossary." And
Yeah,
what he meant when I caught from what he said that it was like, you know, he's expressing himself as an MC. He don't bite. He don't sound like nobody. He ain't jagging.
right,
right,
That's what
right.
this
right.
was supposed to be. But once you start monetizing something, then it turns into what it is.
Money
Yeah,
focused.
right.
It loses its art, and the craft starts to turn into, okay, what do people want rather than what do I want to make
And a
at the
lot of people don't care what people want. They just try and get a check. It's hard out here, yo.
yeah.
Definitely.
You're right.
Def-
You were
that's when
definitely
we turn on the mob voices, Lucy's, and we're all like, oh yeah, sign this, or we'll kill your
Yeah.
family.
do, do
Mm.
you guys feel it's easy? Was it easier to make money as artists, like early on, or compared to now, like you guys are doing it? Have you guys noticed a huge difference in revenue or streams from making music?
I'm doing very well now, man. You know what I mean? I stay working and I'm just blessed to be here and have a strong fan base. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
this with this internet and everything is making everything easier, like more accessible,
Mhm.
from to me.
Yeah, you're your own boss now. Like if we would have
Yeah,
had this in the '90s, I tell kids all the time, like we couldn't interview ourselves and put it on YouTube. There was no
Right.
YouTube. We
Right.
couldn't put out our music for everyone to hear it. We had to get a record deal and put it on the radio.
yeah, with
Like
the
Drive
artists,
around with the
you know,
mixtapes in your
before I
trunk.
just do what I want to do now.
Right.
now you do whatever you want. You want to come out,
Yeah.
you come out with something. You want to do a
So that,
freestyle, you do it. The whole world can see it. You put it up. We didn't
Right.
have these options, so it's super easier now. You make more money now if you,
Do you?
especially. I signed one of the worst record deals you ever could sign. I'm a '90s
Wow.
baby, so
Really?
Right. Right.
I still can't walk the same way after signing that deal.
Wow.
Do you want to say, who was that with, or do you want to say
Profile, the worst
Profile?
label on planet Earth.
Yeah,
Wow.
I heard about them with some other artists. So
Yeah.
you did the mixtape with Funkmaster Flex. Are y'all still cool, or like
Well,
y'all still
me and
talk?
Flesh came up together. We was in a group
Okay.
together. It was managed by Chuck Chill Out, and
Right.
then we started. We did a couple songs together. We did the last song we did was 6 Million Ways to Die,
Mhm.
and then me and him just you know we grew up together, but we just both saw things a little different. And I went on, and my first record was What You Want after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
I hit right out the box, and it was a lot of the reasons why I took that profile deal because Flex was coming up on the radio at the same time, and
Mhm.
a lot of people was leery about working with me. Like I've been through it. Like a lot of people don't even realize I didn't just disappear. I was locked down into a contract for 4 years
Oh shit.
until Arista finally bought the rights to me and got me off profile for 4 years. But in those 4 years, we got DMX,
Mm.
Right.
my
Right.
worst fucking nightmare.
Why do you look
Now,
at it like that? Cause like
well, I'm gonna keep it 100. He had all the. I never got to develop my style properly, and it's not just we sound the same. He had all the attributes that I didn't have at the time, and I understand that. And once he took over that sound, I mean, everywhere I went, people, oh, you sound like him. You sound so. It was really hard
oh
for me
yeah.
to
Right.
to, to crawl out of that hole. It took a long. I had to change my style and start thinking different, but that's
Mhm.
another story for another time.
Mhm.
Do people ever compare you to anybody, Rusty? I mean, I don't. I never thought that you sounded like DMX though. Nine. I honestly, that's two completely different artists to me. But
nah, I never get compared to nobody.
no, well that's good, I guess. I mean, boot camp is like classic hip hop for sure.
Legendary, yeah,
Yeah. And do you get a lot of recognition? Like, do either of you get a lot of recognition when you're out and about outside New York?
all the
No,
time,
well, yeah,
everywhere.
outside of New York, yeah, but I'm glad where I live at, I could just walk around.
Like,
Yeah.
people may recognize you, but they're not going to bother you, right? kind of
A few
thing.
people who know me from back then, but these kids don't know who they don't give a fuck.
People come up to me in the street and just be like, "What up?" I was in Stop and Shop the other night with my daughter, and the dude that was, putting the prices on everything. He was like, "Yo, Rusty JUXX," and then he's like, "Nah." It took too long. Like, yo, it's. I mean, I love it, man. I just, one time I'm in the check cash in the Western Union, and somebody was like, "Rusty JUXX," and I couldn't see who it was. I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" Then
Yeah.
next day, somebody direct messaged me and was like, "Yo, that was me on Atlantic Avenue." Like,
Oh,
I
that's
was
kind of out of line. Like,
like, yeah, it was crazy, man. But you
people
never
lose
know
their
who's
minds.
watching you though, man. You always gotta be on point because people see you and you don't know they see you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But yeah, Juke's got that problem now. If you go to his page, he's way more active than he's been way more active than I've been. Like Juke's got a joint out every week. People gonna see him everywhere. And he walk around everywhere. So, he probably sees a lot more than that. I don't really get that.
yeah. Because, like you said, you had to lay low for a while because of your record deal stuff, and
Well, not even just that. Then I lost
But
love
once
for it.
once you start speaking, they know who the fuck it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
unmistakable. That's what I mean. You don't even sound
Them-
like I could see the similarities with DMX, but you don't sound like DMX to me.
It,
Nah,
it doesn't matter when
Okay,
you in
nah,
this
yeah,
industry. Anything that's close,
right,
and I'm dealing with a superstar now. So
Right.
when you hear that sound, even though I introduced the sound, I was first. It doesn't
Right.
matter. He,
true.
he went platinum with it, and like I said, he had attributes that I didn't have. There's
Right.
an Earl Simmons in every neighborhood across America, and I love DMX like everybody else. So it
Yeah,
was hard for me. It was like,
It was
damn,
it
like
was a love and hate relationship. You're like, dang man, you kind of took my aggressive flow
now I
lane, but
seen him.
I
I seen him once. I already met him a couple times, but I'm gonna just give y'all this story. He
yeah,
had this movie premiere for the movie with Jet Li.
yeah.
oh yeah,
Right,
was that Romeo Must Die or what
right.
was?
So
Yeah,
one of my
yeah.
Yeah.
peoples was like, "Yo, you should come with me. I'm going to this movie premiere." He didn't tell me what it was. So when we get there, it's Romeo Must Die. So we standing on the outside, and a few people still recognize me. So the Vibe magazine was taking some pictures, and DMX pulls up, and he looks right at me and goes, yo, what up, man? How you?" I said, "I'm good, man. Yo, I don't get a Father's Day card or nothing." Yo, I thought he was gonna punch me right in my his whole face changed. He looked at me like, then he said, yo, if you think I took something from you, man, come get it.
Oh,
It's right
classic
Oh,
here.
DMX.
that sounds very DMX.
If you really feel that way, baby, it's right here. Come get it.
He's like, "Arf, gotta
No,
find
he
it.
didn't do that. He just said, yo, it's right. And his man was like,
Rest in
yo,
peace to
chill.
DMX. Come on.
And I said, yo, man, I'm
Yeah.
just fucking with you, man. But yo, you don't give me no love. He was like, yo, like I said, yo, man, good luck, man. Come get it.
Wow.
And he walked away,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? But I was definitely out of line. I said some wild shit to the brother. So
Oh,
Did you see him again after that?
yeah,
yeah.
and he didn't even remember.
Oh well, there you go.
Right. Right.
But
I
that night I just felt the way, and I felt like, I
mm,
saw a lot of interviews, and he never said, "Yo, salute to Nine for introducing this gruffy sound." Like he
Right.
never gave me
That's
that, so I felt the way, and I was a lot younger then. So I
yeah,
definitely,
yeah.
I guarantee you, if his security wasn't there, he definitely would have swung on me because he was like, "Yo, what?" I said Father's Day. I knew what I was doing, but I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. He
Yo,
was young and hot. He was a
everybody
little
gonna
young.
see and they gonna hear that Nine ain't even lose one step, man. As a matter of fact, he took it up a couple notches on this EP, man. Like,
"Had to,
and
man."
like
Yeah, thank you, brother.
yo, man, I love all his parts on the album, man. That's why I'm you know what I mean. I already know what I do, but you know what I mean. Once I'm working with a legend like that, it's a
Right.
wrap, man.
And just definitely pushed me because I was like, yo, he's not playing. Every verse, that cadence, that energy gonna be there. Because a lot of people get confused they start thinking about lyrics all the time. And it's like, nah, it's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
performance.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
speak
yeah.
on
Was
a
that it
lot.
ain't what you say, it's how you say it kind of thing.
Yeah, it's performance. It's the energy.
Right.
It's what you putting out. And it's the pure hip hop and honesty of him that made me really like, okay, I gotta really bring this energy up a
Right.
level. So I'm so proud of this project. Like I said, I can't wait for people to hear it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's dope the way you guys like boost each other up and compliment each other, but also like y'all are both really authentic, and that's like the number one thing I look for when I'm listening to an
Yeah,
artist. Just
that's how the
authenticity.
group supposed to do it.
Right.
Word up.
How he
Right.
And
doing it?
I wouldn't have did this project.
Bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have did
Mm-hmm.
this project if I didn't already respect the hell out of him. Like I was already
For sure.
before I ever met him, before he ever did a record, I was already like, yo, JUXX is that thing. You know, I was cool with Sean
Yeah.
Price too.
Yeah.
You know, and when Price was like, yo, this is my dude. If he ain't co-sign nobody else, who else he co-sign?
Right. Right. Oh, a shout out again to DJ D Bias in the comments. He said he has 6 million ways to die on vinyl.
So
Wow,
Yeah, that's a rare find.
Nice.
Um,
nice.
just so yeah, y'all listen to a lot of reggae, or did you growing up?
I used to listen to it all the time, man, because my
That's all we
neighborhood
did, right? Because that was
grew up around
Pop
Heights,
culture.
Brooklyn. That was
I'm
all
a
my
little different
homeboys
now.
and
I
West
don't.
Indian, like I knew every record, man. That was the, and
Mad
plus
Cobra,
that was
Yeah,
we
Starver
was going to the
Ranks.
parties grinding on them on all the females with that shit.
right, right.
But if you know, like even in the '80s, when I was a kid, there was a reggae section. After the rapping finished, then they would throw on the reggae joints. So that was always a part of the hip hop parties. And then they would put on slow jams, and then the
Dance
party's
hall
over.
and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, I love reggae music, man. All
Yeah,
time.
reggae, the truth. Bob Marley's one of my favorite people on the planet that ever lived.
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
I like the older stuff. I mean, some of the newer stuff's cool too, but the older stuff is like really when it started like meshing with hip hop a lot. It's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, the only record I hate was that record. Who am I? The girls
You
that
hate that record?
You know why? Because
Why?
I used to live in Harlem, and there was this chick that lived across the hall from me. She played
Okay.
that record 24/7. So I
Yeah, that's not
Drilling
something I
that
can
shit in your head.
who
listen
am I? I used to have
to.
nightmares. Who am
That's
I?
that's the one with
Like
Maya
hip
on
hop.
it. That
Nah, that's
record.
the girls them sugar. How
Mm-hmm.
can I make love to a fella in a rush?
Yeah, I know.
I
Yeah,
still think you pronounce it.
that's that shit right there.
Nah, it's a hot record, but yeah, I used to hate that shit.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I had an ex that hated you nine because I used to play your tape all the time. He's like, I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this album.
Oh God! But you know, I did a song with Bounty Killer on my second album.
Yeah, yeah.
Bounty Killer is my people. I went out to Jamaica. He really took care of me, man. Like
Oh,
I
really?
love Bounty.
He did
Love Bounty forever.
that
So,
record he did with the Fugees is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's so like over the top, where it's like an opera. Oh, it's hip opera. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so y'all said y'all gonna come back after the album drops. You think?
Yeah, definitely. Because what I hate doing, I hate going like, this is coming soon and this is coming soon. Y'all could go right now and listen to Double Trouble on all streaming platforms. Go to Snow Goons page on Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, wherever, and y'all
Mm.
can hear that record. It's out. We got like 50,000 streams with a soft release. We didn't even put it out on YouTube yet because we was trying to all
Mm-hmm.
play catch up. Jux is
Mm-hmm.
busy. I'm busy. Everybody's busy. We was
Right.
trying to make sure we did it the right way. But the song is out right now. You can go hear it right now. And in
word
three
up.
weeks, you will hear the EP. We are not talking about something that's happening in 2 months where everybody forgets about it. We
Now it's
saying
going
right
down.
now. You can go hear it right now, and the EP will be ready in 3 weeks, and then we'll definitely love to come back and definitely
Oh
see how
yeah.
y'all feel about it after you hear it.
I'm
Yeah.
really excited about it. I can't wait.
Same.
Yeah,
I love the song title idea, with the different groups and
yeah, ain't
stuff.
nothing been done like this, and every
No.
record is gonna show you why we did it, and none
Yeah.
of them are the same. Each one's different. You'd be like, I know why we tell you why we're
Yeah.
calling it, but as you hear it, it's
Yeah.
like either the beat, the hooks, or something is gonna make it. Yo, we got this shit. Yo, Kid and Play, just tell him, talk to
Do you
me.
I want
Yo,
to do
them
that
shit
Run
is
DMC.
insane, man. Like
And Kid
if
and Play is a
if
hard record.
he wasn't alive, we would be playing some shit like, yo, listen to this shit. You know.
Oh
Yo, you
man.
know what? I'm tempted. I don't know how it's gonna sound.
Yeah, but nah,
I was about to get
it's coming though.
It might sound
can we
crazy
get an
trying to
early
play
leak.
it over the phone.
I am down for an early leak.
Yeah, I'm all ears.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
I'm
up.
all in. All
Yeah, all
ears.
right, I'm gonna hit y'all. Yo, just I'm gonna hit him with Mob Deep. Let me see how this sounds.
Oh
Oh, Mob
snaps! Here
Deep.
we go, y'all.
Can you guys hear that?
Oh yeah,
Yep, yep, loud and clear.
Okay, here
definitely.
we go.
All right.
This is called Mob Deep.
Yes. I'm gonna turn your volume up here.
Yeah, yeah. JUXX and 9 come equipped with enough shots to share. Beware, beware, beware. JUXX and 9 come equipped with enough shots to share. We here, we here, we up. Stab you in the brain with your nose bone. Smoking on exotic, you still puffing on homegrown. Got a new call on your old phone. The new with the old chrome. When I aim it, you'll change up your whole tone. Go from Barry White to Whitney Houston. You just a caveman forever. No evolution. I'm shooting like Curry and Clay with no delay. You can get buried today, early tomorrow. Yeah, right back, yeah. Me and down if it's up, I'ma ask you. Who's next are gonna be first? You want the OG, you gotta face me first. Shots make you reverse. Back the
Hey,
fuck up. Run up on JUXX and get jacked and stuck up. Shook ones better get away. Twice life got me looking for a better way.
Yeah.
Now I
This is
got
how
it, got
low
it, got
earth
it, man.
brimstone be the clone.
I
Smell my
got it. You
feet.
got
You're
it.
Tears in my
Yeah,
gonna
now
get a
eyes.
copyright strike.
Ah! I gotta
Hell
stop.
yeah.
I gotta stop. I don't know how clear that
No.
was. Was
Hey,
that
fun.
clear?
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know, like something like about y'all's voices too, just on the beat, it just like gives me chills.
you gotta send me,
Crazy.
you gotta send me them versions because I ain't hear
Yeah,
none of
I
that
know.
with
Just don't
the
got
sound
the
of
mix
it.
joint, so he's like, what
I
the?
mean,
I
I mean,
turned
You
his
can hear
volume up
it.
too, so
Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna go get the rest of the mix. Got add a couple more things, and I'm gonna send it to you. I know just is like I ain't hear that.
yeah, but
Oh,
not
yeah,
that.
you can hear the final
and I
mix
got my
yet?
headphones on
Oh,
too.
Now
man.
that's the master version, so he's hearing that for the first
Oh,
time.
snap.
Sneak
Oh,
sneak
wow.
Shit,
peek
crazy.
everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
I
not playing.
definitely,
Exclusively on the rap yard.
yeah, I definitely hear that is definitely some unique production.
Yeah, nah, we
The
He
not
way,
has the
playing.
Mob
We
Deep
not
sound
playing.
too.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
Yeah,
dope.
and
that's
you
the
guys,
perfect
yeah,
record. You know,
that's
we
real
picked the
cool.
beats are perfect. Every beat matches. Except the Kid and Play beat doesn't match what they would do, but the beat is so
Yeah,
crazy. What we did, it still makes it crazy.
Yeah.
and you guys' voices are like opposites, but they fit so perfect. It's like
Yeah,
peanut
now
butter and jelly.
Right.
I'll send
Peanut
it
Yeah.
to you.
butter
Like I
jelly.
said,
That's perfect.
this is the dopest. I've never done a whole project with anybody else before like this,
Yeah.
and it was like it's a blessing that the first time I do it is with a brother like this that we just sound crazy together.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope for sure. Everybody go cop that as soon as it drops in August. And yeah,
Go
go
run
listen
them
to it.
numbers up. Double Trouble on all streaming platforms.
That's right.
Oh,
Double trouble. All right, y'all.
Oh,
all right, y'all.
We appreciate it so much.
Thank
We're
you for
not
having
worthy.
us,
We're
yo.
not worthy.
thank you guys for gracing our podcast. We got
Definitely.
to give these legends some roses right now. Legends don't get their flowers often until they die. So we're giving out roses right now. Put some
Don't say
respect on
that.
their name.
Don't say
Yeah,
Just
you
give them
got to
their
give
flowers,
legends.
man.
No, no, you got to give it. You got to give them their flowers
You
right
were talking
now.
about ageism real quick, Nine, and like age comes up like every single episode almost, and it did with my previous podcast where it was just me, you know, because like I'm
I
42, so I'm like, in the middle, whatever. But then I would talk to people that were in their 20s and some in their 60s, and it's like ageism, it's always coming up in hip hop, but you don't see that in other genres of music. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I think hip hop was started by kids, so that's the reason
Right.
why. But this is what we have to understand. The only reason why we even consider this or talk about it is because we, as older people, still chasing some young kid's bag or popularity. I don't
Right.
want to have. I have nothing to do with young people at all in my real life. I don't want to party with you. I don't want to dress like you. I don't want to talk with you. Nothing.
Right.
So we got
Right.
to create. I think the problem is a lot of artists, and I'm not afraid to say this, from my genre or from my time period, they've all had such great success that they have no reason to push themselves the way I'm pushing. Because I ain't happy with where I'm at in the studio.
Mm.
Uh,
I ain't happy with where I'm at and what where I'm how I'm considered. So I don't have a catalog like Rock. If I had that, maybe I wouldn't have pushed so hard and tried to stay, keep growing my craft. But
There's nothing sadder than an older rapper that's trying to sound like he's like
Right, it's
someone's brand new.
ridiculous, but
Yeah, yeah.
as I think as an audience, we have to find that there's support for us because you're too
Yeah,
old to listen to that foolishness, and let them
Right.
have their world, and we should have our own world. This is,
Your own space.
call it adult contemporary. I don't care what you call it. And we got to speak correctly. Like me and Jules, we shot a lot of people on this EP, but it all makes sense when we talk about it. We don't just
right.
say, I'm going to roll up on your block and nah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
on some home defense,
I'm
grown
talking
man
about
paying a
killing the trees
mortgage.
anyway. I
Huh?
ain't talking about
Right.
Right, right. No,
killing the
I,
trees on the mic.
Yeah.
Word. And we talking about murdering you on this in this booth and with
A
these
sniper,
words.
the blicky, the blicky to get.
yeah,
So
Right.
I think as older people, the audience slipped away because they think if you're not on the radio, you're not popping, and then they don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure it out as I go on. Like,
Because you got to do a little extra work to dig to find like the good stuff. That's how it's always been. You
well,
know.
we have to actually stay where we were, and that's creators.
Mm-hmm.
And my producer
right,
Nick Price, I mean, he's very creative, and we understand how I'm supposed to talk at this age. I got a lot to talk about. You just gotta be nice with it.
Yeah, yeah.
That falls back into studying your craft. I read books on songwriting. One of the best books I read was by Dave Matthews.
Dave Matthews.
Yeah, when it comes
Okay.
to songwriting, there's an understanding, and like I try to explain to people, there's a reason why certain records work, and there's a reason certain other ones don't work.
right.
Right, right.
And if you're really serious about, like, this is a revolution for me, trying to make a change, even if I'm the only one. And when it's all said and done, I want them to go, yo, when they tell you you can't do it, they go, yo, Nine did it. JUXX did it.
Hey, I
Mm-hmm.
with
How
that.
come you can't do it? They did it.
Right.
We might not get super multi-millionaires, but we did it.
I want to show you a book too that I read. It's called How Music Works by David Byrne from the
Yeah,
Talking Heads. It's a
yeah,
great book if you haven't read it yet,
yeah. No, David Byrne is that dude. Talking Heads, that's
for
that dude.
sure. It's a great book too. It explains a lot of like how you know the whole thing comes together. I guess.
Right, because like I said, there's a business to music, which is what fueled us doing this EP called Duos. It makes you, if you see this track list and you don't want to press play, something wrong with you.
Or it's not for you.
When you see this track list, you go EPMD, Run DMC,
Who's that? Yeah, don't worry
Kid
about
and
it.
Play,
Keep
Meth and
moving.
Red. That's
Yeah,
what they name these songs. Oh, I gotta hear this. All
yeah,
we want you to do is press play.
right,
It's
That's
right.
that
it.
easy.
Press play. We gave you a reason to press play. And a
Right.
lot of artists from our era have to do the same thing if we want to fight back.
Mm,
That's
mm.
all I got.
All right.
The revolution has started.
The revolution will not be televised. All right then. I know y'all are probably busy.
All right,
Y'all busy? All right.
Yeah, it definitely took us a while to get this
man.
done, brother. I'm sorry it took so long,
Yeah. No,
but
it's all good. It was totally worth it. Like for me, like I
Definitely.
said, big fan of both of y'all.
I
And
wanted it to be right. I wanted
thank
just to
you.
do this with me so we got something we talking about now as opposed to the past. I don't
Right,
like talking
right,
about the past.
Right, right,
right.
right. All right, y'all. We'll let you
Thanks for
go.
having us, y'all.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
coming. We
For
appreciate
real.
it.
All right,
All right. Y'all have a good
Thank
night.
all
you. Salute to y'all.
right.
Yo, Jux, I'm gonna send you all that shit tomorrow. I'm doing a 3 day vlog.
He's like,
Definitely, I need that in my life, man.
like,
All right,
no, send the
fam.
masters. Send the masters.
All right, yo, great meeting y'all, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Duos out in August. Double Trouble on all streaming platforms
That's
right
right.
now.
Cop that shit.
Run
Run
it up.
them
Run it
numbers.
up. Run it up.
Yes, sir. Salute.
All right.
Y'all have a good one.
All
All
right.
right, you
Peace,
too.
everybody.
All right, peace.
Bye. Is that a
Yeah.
wrap?
Um. Yeah, we can
Or
wrap
do you have
up.
anything you want to talk about?
I don't know. I just think that was a very cool interview. I
That
mean,
was
that was
amazing.
so awesome.
Like on a personal note, yeah.
Like,
But
the fact they showed is pretty cool. You know.
I know. I'm still kind of like spinning from everything.
Too.
You
I'm
know?
like, my mind is like bewildered right now. I'm like, what the heck?
I know.
Yeah, so like half the time my brain was just like spinning, like this is real.
I know. It's like think of a good question. Don't be a dork. Don't be a dork.
Yeah.
But we've had a couple of like Thought Squad and Nine and Rusty JUXX. Like, wow, it's only up from here. I hope.
Hey, we
This
gotta
is we're
we
on a
gotta give
roll.
you love too because you've been killing it with the guests back to back.
Oh,
Like,
shucks. I mean,
for
I
what?
didn't do anything. I just bothered people.
Yeah, well, you bother people the best apparently.
Yay! I'm really annoying. I was gonna say something about something, but I can't think of it right now. Oh, everybody, make sure you subscribe to our GD YouTube channel, please. We got like 5 subscribers, but we got some views. Just no subscribers. So go subscribe. It's easy.
Go
It's free.
subscribe. And if
Yeah.
you really like the show, check out some of our merch. We will shout you out, and you
Yeah.
can even come up and join us if you like one episode to take
Yeah.
some
We
talk with us.
we take calls. You could call in. I don't have that
Yeah,
number right now, but I'll put it in the description. But yeah, we actually, if you want to support us, you can go buy merch at Stream Elements. It's store.streamelements.com/rapyard podcast. But if that's too much, here's a QR code, which you can't see if you're listening to this audio.
and obviously, guys, this is a community. This is a rap yard. The yard is open for everyone to walk up on the block and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, it's like we got a little like pool, maybe like a blow up pool.
Yeah, it's a cookout.
Yeah. We got some badminton going on.
But it's BYOB, guys. Sorry,
Yeah, somebody's drunk uncle is stumbling around.
it's not right without a drunk uncle.
Got to be a drunk uncle. Like, it's mandatory.
That will be me. I will be the drunk uncle in the future.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. I don't have the sticker yet.
Now you're like the drunk frat boy right now.
Not frat boy.
I'm sorry, you're too old to be a
Frat
frat boy.
boy. Oh my gosh.
You're just the drunk. Okay, how's that?
That's better. That's better. Random unknown town drunk.
I'm somebody's drunk grandma. It's like
Not
passed out,
grandma.
passed out in the garbage bin.
Yeah, you're doing. I'm too many
Somebody goes to throw some trash in there, and I'm like, ah.
I thought it was a raccoon. It's someone's grandma.
Yeah, that's just my makeup.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Not really. All right,
Well, I think that's a wrap.
that's a wrap, yard.
That was the Rap Yard Podcast.
You know what that's from, right?
Yo, what's that from?
That's that that excuse me. That video of the guy in the wheelchair who sets off the fireworks.
Oh, Terry?
Yeah.
Terry?
What are you doing, Terry?
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Poor Terry. All right, y'all.
Guys.
Adios.